Ladies and dudes, for my next movie review that I'm going to do for today is one of the most saddest movies of all time that featured Mr. Tom Hanks, aka Woody or Forrest Gump, and the late Michael Clarke Duncan. Yeah, this is another film I really do enjoy. And yeah, one of the final films that came in the year of 1999. That's for sure. Well, anyway, hi ladies and dudes. This is Rebecca Lynn Barkley, aka Boobop 1987. This is my review for a day. Oh, hello there, Sadie. You want to get to know what I'm doing, huh? Little girl? Yep, Sadie's back on another video again. Yeah, my poor girl's not feeling so well. Well, if you look at her right now, she's very, very skinny. I'm gonna feed her very, very soon. Yeah, that's for sure. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, just hold it. Alright, sorry about that. Where was I? Okay. Well, I'll tell you the truth is, ladies and dudes, I finally found another movie review at long last, and I want to do this movie review. I've been dying to do this one for quite a long time, and yes, I did watch this movie a couple of times here and there on TV. This is one of the most saddest movies of all time, and it did feature in a very sad note. That's for sure. So for my next movie review is The Green Mile, that featured Tom Hanks and the late Michael Clarke Duncan. I really love Michael Clarke Duncan. He has a very, very beautiful, rich voice, and he's very, very tall. That's for sure. And yeah, I got in the double feature thing because I'm trying really, really hard to find some next movie reviews to come in season 14. I will do the Shawshank Redemption later. That's a promise, but I'm going to go ahead and do this movie review next. So without further ado, ladies and dudes, let's head on to my next movie review of The Green Mile. And what the hell I should say about this main plot of the story. Well, I promise I don't want to spoil too much about it. But yeah, it's a forbidden friendship story that took place in the 1930s. A story about a guy named Paul who's a police officer, and also this poor prisoner dude named John Coffey. And they shared a friendship for like a week or so, you know, in this very dark prison place, you know, where the police officers had no choice but to take them to their execution. You know, they're gonna die at the electric chair, you know, for all the crimes that they committed. And yeah, they did have a couple of prisoners here and there who did so many crimes that they did commit for whatever reason it will be. But as for John Coffey's storyline, it's very darn different. And it's about where he got involved with a crime that he did not commit. He did not murder those two little girls. The little girls who had lost their lives way too soon, and he's trying to find a way to rescue them. Because there's somebody else who's really responsible for killing those two girls. And those police officers had no idea who it is. And that's all I could say about that. It's a very, very sad story indeed. So That's all I could say about the main entire plot of The Green Mile. And I guess everybody wants to know is, what the heck do I think about this movie? Well, to tell you the truth is, ladies and dudes, I really did enjoy this movie. It's, yeah, one of the last and final films that came in the year 1999. I think it became an Oscar-worthy film, if memory serves me right. I haven't done any research about it. If it did win some Oscars or not, I just can't remember. But it's been a really good film to watch. And yes, it did become one of the most watchable films of all time, and they did put this movie on TV again and again and again and again, over 9,000. I guess they just can't stop watching this movie that is pretty darn long for all of us to watch. So yes, it is a very darn good movie to watch, and also one of the last and final films that came from in the year 1999. You know, one of the biggest years of all time. And I was 12 years old back then. So yeah, The Green Mile is a good movie to watch, and also one of the best Tom Hanks films of all time. It had a very, very good storyline for the most part. The characters are very enjoyable to watch. Well, I don't mind that actor who played that jerk. What's his name? Oh, Percy? I think that's his name, Percy. Yeah, he is a jerk in the film, but I really do like the actor who plays him. I know he's one of these actors that we never mention much, along with some other actors here and there that I really don't know of, you know, as time goes on. Yeah, I do enjoy the casting. I freaking love the score. The score is really haunting and chilling, and also sad and depressing at the same time. And there's one score that's kind of fun to listen to. And yes, it does have some interesting fun facts that you should know about The Green Mile. And I like a friendship story that featured a police officer and a prisoner. And since they knew each other for like a week or so. And yeah, something I cannot spoil at the end that will give you to a tear to your eye. So I will go on with my strongest points and the weakest points of The Green Mile. I will say for the strongest point of the movie is I like a story that's all about where the police officers are paying their respects to the prisoners. You know, they have to get to know each other for like a week or so, getting to know their storylines, their personal lives, and they know how to behave to each other so they won't cause any trouble at all. And yeah, I really like these police officers. They're very, very nice dudes. And they just treat these prisoners with respect. And I really do love that very, very, very much. That's for sure. I do like the part where the police officers are paying their respects to John Coffey. And since he's, you know, being well behaved, he's using good manners, and he doesn't want to hurt anybody, and he's trying to get to know them one at a time. So I will say, see these police officers and prisoners try to, you know, get along and become friends and try to get to know each other one at a time. That was truly the best part I love about this movie. And I like a movie that's all about respect. That's for sure. I will say that's the strongest point of the movie. And yes, ladies and dudes, this movie does have a couple interesting fun facts you should know about this film. Well, the surprisingly fun fact is, you know the guy who played Lieutenant Dan for Forrest Gump, he only showed up at one scene in the movie and one scene only. And this is the only time that Tom Hanks and that Gary guy, they did get involved with another film. And sadly, this is the last and final film that they're going to work together on. And yeah, Gary did a pretty good job of playing a character that Tom Hanks' character is trying to get to know of. But just for a short period of time. Yeah, that short amount of the film. And another interesting fun fact is the guy who played Dale, he likes to get along with micey wiceys. He's not afraid of them at all, and he can handle little micey wiceys very darn well. And speaking of the actor who played Dale, he and Tom Hanks did work together in Polar Express, but sadly that was their last and final project that they worked together on, because the actor who played Dale had passed away, during the time of the production of the Polar Express. And speaking of Polar Express, that's one of my favorite films of all time, and my favorite Tom Hanks film of all time. I haven't seen that movie for a while. I'll have to find a way to go back and rewatch it again. That's for sure. And yes, another fun fact to be found is that Tom Hanks and Bonnie Hunt, they did work together again in the Toy Story saga for both 3 and 4. Yeah, it is strange that they reunite again after the events of this wonderful film. That's for sure. So yeah, those are the couple of fun facts I did found with the Green Mile. And also, Tom Hanks and Michael Clarke Duncan, they were also good friends in real life. That's for sure. End of story. And I will say for my weakest points of the movie, it just sucks that the police officers did not clear that poor guy's name in time because it was too late. I wish there was a part where the police officer should have told everybody the truth about, about the guy's crime that he did not commit. It was somebody else who did it, who's responsible for murdering those 2 girls. But it sucks that those guys did not clear poor John Coffey's name in time. And it's the most saddest part of the whole entire movie, and it sucks they did not add it in there. So, I will say that's my only weak point I found with this movie, is they did not clear poor John Coffey's name in time. I guess they just want to end it on a sad note. That's for sure. So, anyway, those are my strongest points and the weakest points of the movie. And now let's go on to the characters. I'll go with 2 characters, or 3. I'll go with 3, just to make it nice and short. I do like Paul, played by Tom Hanks. He's a really good leader of the police officer crew, and he knows how to take things very, very seriously. And I really do like the part where he had a good relationship with his wife, and also being good friends with John Coffey. And I really do love the character development and chemistry between these 2 wonderful actors who did play these 2 wonderful characters. And yeah, this is one of my favorite Tom Hanks' characters that he ever played. A very good, strong lead character. And as for John Coffey, played by Michael Clarke Duncan, he did a really good job of playing a sweet and innocent man who done nothing wrong. And we have no idea this dude has mysterious powers for some unknown reason. I wonder where the heck he got all that power. Something that nobody had never seen before in film history. Yeah, this guy is magic, alright. That's for sure. And the final character I want to talk about is that cute little sweet little mousey named Mr. Jingles. He is so dark cute and adorable, and so dark curious at the same time. And yeah, I love the part where he has to play fetch with Mr. Dale. He's just the most cutest little wicey I have ever seen in film history. Something that will warm your heart. Big time. And I better hurry up and wrap it up, so I better go ahead and tell you about my phone. Strike that, reverse it. my final thoughts of The Green Mile. Overall, The Green Mile is such a great adaptation that was based by a book. And it's a very, very sad movie indeed, with a good storyline, great characters, great casting, good cinematography back in the old days, and has good fun facts to be found and a very good score to listen to. So I decided to give this film a 9 out of 10. And I promise I'll get going on the Shawshank Redemption whenever I can get there. And I'll be back for more videos to come. So I'll see you all later, and sayonara.